Hey, welcome back everybody. So today, I know I have showed y'all in the past my hugel bed. Uh, so today I wanted to show y'all. So today I wanted to show y'all how to actually build one if you was ever interested in building a hugel bed, or it's called a hugelkulture bed, which it comes from Germany. It's a German word. And anyways, I know you hear all these birds chirping in the background. I was trimming up the plum tree here, and there was a nest in there, and one of the baby birds jumped out. So I thought it might be a good idea to try to put the bird back in the nest. All these robin birds didn't like that too well, so they're out here chirping and telling me to get away from their nest. The first step in creating your hugel bed is digging the dirt out. So I have already tilled up a little spot right here that I'm going to put my hugel bed. And you want to dig down probably about 6 to 8 inches, about that deep, just to where the tiller has tilled at. And so anyway, like I said, that's the first step, is digging it out. And I'll get back with y'all here in just a little bit on all the other steps. Okay, as you can see, I've got my hugel bed dug out. I've got it as level as I possibly could. Got all the loose dirt out of there that I possibly could. So the next step, I'm going to lay down a layer of leaves. And I have these bag of leaves. I'm going to put the bag and all in there. So I'll show y'all how I do that. And everything I'm doing here, all this will compost down and create fertilizer. I'll get back with y'all here in a little bit on the next step. I got my leaves laid down, so the next step in the process that I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these logs down here, the firewood, and this will help with the drainage of the water, and plus it'll help give water to the leaves to help compost faster. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to lay over here, all right, side by side. All right, so I'm going to lay the wood down with the bark side down. And I'm laying these side by side. And the more the wood is rotted, the better off it is. I'm just going to cover this whole area with this wood like this, just putting it down in a layer, or side by side anyway. Okay, so I got all my firewood put in, and I also had these limbs from a tree that I pruned. Threw those in there too. I'm fixing to throw some shredded paper on here, which I have here. And you can put as much shredded paper as you want on here. This is all I have for now, and I'm just too lazy right now to shred up some more. But all this is just compost material. This will help bring the worms, and the worms is what helps compost things.
I'll kind of spread them out just a little bit, kind of even.
Alright, so next thing, after you get all your firewood and limbs or whatever else you want to put on there, if you have some compostable food, this is the time to throw it on here. And I do have some. Again, I'm just being too lazy to put it on. If you have it, great. If you don't, it's not a big deal. So anyway, So next thing I'm gonna do is put some more leaves on top of this. I got 2 more bags, but this time I'm not gonna put the bags on. Whoops. So I'm just gonna put the leaves itself on. All right. I think that looks pretty dang good. And I'll get back with y'all here in a minute on the next step. Okay, after you get your leaves on, you want to water your leaves. This will help get the air out from underneath, and it'll help compact your leaves down. And also you don't want to, try not to get the dirt that you took out of the hugel bed. Try not to get that wet because you're fixing to put that back on top. And then if you don't get it wet, that'll help make it easier to put back on the hugel bed. All right, so after you get your leaves all watered in, they're good and soaked, now's the time to take the dirt that you took out of the hugel bed and put it back on top of it. Okay, so after you get all your dirt on, put back on, it is time to plant now. So what I'm going to plant in my hugel bed is potatoes, and I've already cut these up, and you just cut them up where the eyes are at. These little indentions is the eye. I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyway, right now I'm just going to throw them out here. I'm going to plant half of this in these red potatoes, and I got some russet potatoes I'm going to plant with the red potatoes, and I also have these sweet potatoes that I'm going to plant in the other half. And the reason I'm doing that is sweet potatoes like to vine. They'll vine off and everything. So I don't want the vines walking out into, or growing out in my walkway. I want the vines to grow out that way, away from my walking path here. So anyway, I'm just gonna throw these out here for now. And I'm going to dig a swell around this hugel bed. And the dirt that I take from that swell, I'm going to put over on top of the potato plants. All right, so all I got is sweet potatoes left. I'm going to do the same thing to them. Cut them. Throw them on top of the hugel bed, cover up with dirt. All right, like I said, I'm just digging a swell around this hugel bed, and what I'm just doing is covering up the potatoes that I threw out here. And like I said, all you do is get your shovel full of dirt. You're just digging a trench is all you're doing. And I'm just tossing it back on top of the hugel bed. After I get it dug out, I will come back around and get the loose dirt out of it. All right, so after you get everything planted, of course you always want to re-water everything and make sure it gets a good drink, and that'll help germinate your seeds or plants or whatever you put in here. And so I know it seems like a lot of work, which it is at first, but I tell you what, just by experience of the other hugel bed, these things are extremely fertile. I just threw some plants out there, some seeds out there, and just in a couple of days they started popping up. So that hugel bed is extremely fertile. It's 3 years old right now, and that's another thing about the hugel bed is, it's hard work at first, but over time it will pay off, because after all the stuff that you put in here, after it starts breaking down, that's just creating even more fertilizer and makes things grow even faster. And it's proof, because compared to that hugel bed, compared to what I planted in just the regular ground. You know, stuff's just barely coming up right now, and this stuff's been planted for 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. And the seeds over in the hugel bed I planted just a couple of days ago, and they're already up. So it pays off in the long run to do a hugel bed if you're interested in doing one. They are extremely fertile, and they will grow your plants and seeds very fast. So anyway, I hope this helps you out in knowing how to create a hugel bed, and I hope you do one. See y'all next. If you are inspired by what I'm doing here and it inspires you to do a hugel bed, drop me a comment. So tell me what you think and your experience of it. So anyway, see y'all next time. Bye y'all.